What's up, y'all? Welcome to the On the Come Up podcast, where creative entrepreneurs share their come up journeys that turn their passions into success. I'm your host, Kimberly, so let's get started. What is up, guys? We are back with another episode, and we are back with LilyannaMarie.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
She was back with us in season 3, y'all. I don't know, but season 3 was a good season for us.
It was a good season. Honestly, like everybody that you had during season 3, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody brought the energy and everybody was like aware.
Right. We need to pick that back up. Okay.
Yep.
You heard?
Mm-hmm.
LilyannaMarie is a music artist, for those of you that don't know, from Fort Worth, Texas. So
817, baby. Fort Worth, Texas.
how have you been? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you literally since the last time we recorded,
Yes.
which was last year in February.
Yeah. No, it's been a minute. I've been so good. I've been learning and it's been very fun. It's also been very, I know, like hardworking.
Yeah.
I know you too. Like, how have you been? What's life looking like?
So you putting me on the spot.
I just want to know. It's been such a long time.
Girl, it's been a ride. We're in a new space now.
Yes.
I opened my own podcast studio in October, so almost, not quite, but by the time you blink, a year.
Oh, yeah. It went by fast.
It really did. So just trying to build that clientele, you know, and then juggling full-time job and all the other things.
I know that's right. And you're doing it. So y'all make sure to give Miss Kimberly her freaking flowers. I can't cuss. Her mother freaking flowers because she's doing it. That's amazing, dude. Yeah, like it's the same working and then music and then working and then music. The grind does not stop at all.
Yeah. How do you take a breather? Like, how do you balance the two?
Really, like honestly, what's been helping recently is the moments that I am still really like sitting back in those moments and just taking it in. I used to complain a lot about like, oh, like if I'm not doing this, if I'm not doing that, like I'm slacking, like I need to be constantly like doing something, but like I've gotten everything that I've like prayed for and now I want like just still. So the times that I can be still, I take those for granted, for sure. For sure. I'd like to sit in it a little bit.
How do you think you change as both an artist and a person since we last spoke?
Oh. Since we last spoke, I feel like me now, my confidence has changed. Me as a person has changed in like the better way. I know who I am more. Like the last time you and I spoke, I feel like I was still learning myself and I was still trying to figure out like who is LilyannaMarie, like who am I? And yeah, like now I feel the most clear-headed I've ever felt, but at the same time like still trying to figure out like okay, like all those trials and tribulations. I'm like, okay, last year, girl, I was afraid. Literally anything would scare me. If I came with an encounter that was hard to get over, it's like I broke down and cried. But now it's like, okay, I'll cry later, but let's go ahead and figure this out, you know. It'll be okay. So I just feel more put together and I feel more myself than I've ever felt.
That's awesome to hear. I'm getting distracted by your watch. I love your watch. It's green. Y'all can see it's green. It's like matches the aesthetic.
Yes. This is my watch. I work for Fossil and this is the Nick Jonas Malachite limited edition watch. So we got it in. Yeah, dude, I had to grab it ASAP. I have the other one in silver and blue, and I got that one whenever it released. So this is like my favorite line so far. Yeah. I love it. So sorry.
Has your songwriting become more runnable, do you think?
For sure. For sure. I feel like now I'm not afraid to say what I want to say. So it's become more direct and it's become more of like, this is me saying this. This is Lily saying this instead of like, oh, like I'm not trying to put on like a persona of like, oh, let me use X, Y, and Z words to try to say like I'm tired. You know what I mean? Of course, still in an artistic way, but I feel like my songwriting has become more, what's the word I'm looking for? Cohesive.
Is there a song that you wrote that you almost didn't release?
Mm, yes. My recent one, Sober. I almost didn't release that one because that's one of the most vulnerable songs I have written and recorded. Um, I almost didn't release it because I was afraid of being vulnerable, but I was like, my whole music is literally me being vulnerable of like a heartache
Mhm.
and, you know, love and happiness and all that. So I was like, you know what? Let me get out my own head. Let me just go ahead and release this. So I Sober was almost not a song, guys. Y'all would have not had Sober. Think about that. Go ahead and stream it. Sorry.
What do you talk about in that song?
Really isolating myself. Um, that song was one of those songs that I felt called to write. There's a line in there and it's 3 a.m. and I'm back at it again. And I thought I was stronger than this. And it's the whole song is just me reflecting on when I would kind of go out to distract
Mhm.
myself and putting on like a front and like just really getting into like the craziness of the world and like thinking that that was fueling me, thinking that that was like nurturing me. But in the end, like I ended up just feeling exhausted. I felt so exhausted. I felt like my energy was drained after going to a party or like after being around like certain people. And I'm like, dude, that was my cry for help. Like I need the Lord for real
Mhm.
because I feel like out of body. So writing that song, that's why that one was the most vulnerable song I've ever wrote because I was like, this is low key like sometimes I cry. Like I cried writing that song because I was like, damn, this is a moment where I'm having to face myself. It was, yeah, one of those like I'm facing myself songs.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a little wake up call.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Do you think artists today spend more time content creating than musicians?
Yes. Yes. Man, that question is such a loaded question because, dude, like being an artist, you can't just be a singer. You can't just be a singer. You can't just be a songwriter. You can't just love music itself.
Mhm.
You have to be the editor. You have to be the literal like content creator, director, creative director, stylist. Come up with your own like ideas. It's a lot, and I feel like music artists now it's become more of well, if you don't go viral after the first song, then nobody's going to listen to you. Or if you post a video and it doesn't immediately have views, nobody's going to pay attention. Nobody cares. So, as somebody who loves music, who grew up with music, you know, all around, always written songs from like 7 to now.
Mhm.
Now I can't be like, oh, so I can't just sing and write banger songs. Now I got to be a creative director. Now I got to be like my own manager, my social media manager. Oh, okay. So it just adds more to your plate and it's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time because it takes a lot. And I know you know this too, like having to do content and having to push that out and like knowing like who's paying attention, who's not paying attention. I think us as like entertainment, like the people in the entertainment industry, we get too focused on views. I know myself, I get too focused on views, who's watching my stuff, was this good enough? I need to redo this because this didn't perform like how I wanted it to perform. So it's hard, dude. It's hard, but it's the love of the game, I guess.
I know it's like with the way social media is today, and like you said, us being in the entertainment industry, you can't just sit back and relax. Like you
Yeah.
have to take that extra step, whether you're promoting your music, your business, like whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's like we're all kind of all in the same room, no matter even if we're doing different things.
Yeah.
Because we're our own brand, and so we have to like show that.
Yes, exactly. Like creating your brand and then like making people pay attention to your brand and like why they should pay attention to your brand. It's like I was talking to somebody about it and like I have to give the why. Like why should you pay attention to me? Why should you listen to my music? Stuff like that. And it's the extra step that you take, but it's for a good cause at the end of the day. Do you feel like that? I feel like at the end of the day I'm going to have to do it.
I've been like dabbling with different things, when it comes to promoting the studio, and
Yeah.
I'm even learning social media myself because I didn't post this much until I got a studio.
Yeah.
Like my business and stuff. So it's just like I'm just figuring out what people like and what the people don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that people like when you're talking to them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I believe it or not, I barely got comfortable like talking to my phone camera.
Really?
It was like probably like a couple months ago, maybe now. I think I've done like a handful of videos where I was talking to my phone camera, but I've said it before in my podcast where I was like scared. I was like, it's like weird because it's like, why are you scared of talking to your phone camera? But you're sitting here in front of a camera, you're doing acting, you're doing modeling. Yes. And I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, it's when it's like, I shouldn't feel nervous to do this because I feel like I've done other things that have made me more nervous. But I feel like it's because of the intimacy. Like it's just you and your thoughts and the camera. That's scary to me. Like, wow, I can't it's not like having a conversation, like you and I having a conversation. You literally are setting the phone up and you're like having to talk to the phone. What goes in my mind, I'm like, bro, nobody's going to listen to this. Like I'm over here dogging myself, like I'm speaking BS and like you start getting those like, oh, what if this, what if that, what if this, what if that, da, da, da. But I get it. It's hard.
How do you think of your concepts like for your songs?
That's a great question. I feel like I just kind of think of it on the spot. And if I have a thought, I have to capture it right then and there.
Same.
Like I can't let it go. My ADHD will go crazy and I will forget it. So like whenever I have the idea, I have to write it down in my notes app. Dude, I can show you my notes app right now. Pages. So I have to like write it down and then I have to think about like what exactly am I saying in this song? What do I want to say in the song? But then sometimes I start thinking about it too much and then it doesn't end up being like a good written song. But then when I don't think about it, it's like one of the best songs I've ever wrote. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't have no like people, how like some social media people that actually do social media have like social media planners, calendars, concept calendars, dates, time.
Yes.
No. I literally fly by the seat of my pants.
Yeah. Literally.
Oh, I think of something, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll post it.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'll be like, oh, I'll do this one. And then I post it. Like it's just I don't have I don't have like any kind of like batch stuff.
Honestly, I feel like that's the most organic.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, that's literally your brain working and you're like, oh, let's bring it to life. I feel like if I were to have one of those planners, no shade to nobody that has a planner. If you got a planner, you're way more organized than I am. So hold on now. But if I were to have a planner, me personally, dude, I'd be overthinking it. I'd be like, oh, well, this day I was supposed to do this, but now I'm feeling this way and I don't really want to do this, but I know if I do this, I personally would feel overwhelmed having a planner versus just doing it on the fly.
Yeah. And then I post the same thing like on TikTok and Instagram, but they're going to be on different days.
Yeah.
Like if you saw it on TikTok already, you might see it on Instagram tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do the same thing. Sometimes I'm like, well, let me post it on TikTok first. Let's see how that does. oh, it's been 2 days. All right, now I post it on Instagram. Like, I have one of my friends like, hey, bro, like, did you just post that on TikTok? Shh.
It's like it's going on all the platforms, just different
Yeah,
days.
it's a new day. Why are you asking me? It's a new day, new video.
I saw that one you did, where it was the little little LilyannaMarie was singing. I thought that was so cute.
Oh my goodness.
Where did you even find the like archives for that?
Oh, me and my mom were going through this old phone that my little brother had when we were all little. So they gave him a phone, just for like the camera and stuff. And I would take it, and that's when I would start singing in front of it and like make my vlogs. So we were going through it one day, and we're on the computer, we're just going through everything. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, do you remember this?" And she clicks on it. I was like, "Oh my gosh," because I don't really remember how I was like as a little girl. So seeing that, I was like, wow, it was a wake up call to me. And then towards the end, did you see the end? When I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like a little girl saying like, oh, I'm so sorry. And in my head, like me now, I'm like, why are you sorry? I was like, why is she sorry for? But
I saw it all, but I distinctly remember at the very beginning because it was just like you singing when you were little. Yeah.
yes. That video makes me cry. I was singing, if y'all are wondering, it was a song from Anastasia. Have you seen the movie Anastasia?
No.
Really?
I have not, yeah.
Okay. She's a Disney princess. She's one of my favorite Disney princesses. She was basically like an orphan. And when she grew up, she went to like go find her family. Turns out she was a duchess for like the Russian family. And it's a whole thing. But like the song was the song that she had in a music box that her grandma gave her. And dude, I loved that song when I was younger. I don't know why. I just loved it so much.
That's cute. So we kind of had a little conversation like off camera. And how do you pick and choose who to like bring on to help you make this content for your music? Because it's not just you all the time, right? Like you have to, do you like essentially hire people to help you, or
most of the time it is me, but when it comes to bigger productions and the stuff that like I have in my mind to bring to life, I look for people that actually care about what they do and that actually like love what they do, because you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference when somebody actually cares about what they do versus somebody that just does it for a paycheck. You know what I mean? So those are the type of people I look for. Like if I'm looking for a videographer, I want to know that this is what they live, eat, and breathe. Because at the end of the day, their work will show that. Like when I have to do it myself, it's hard, but I use what I got and I do the best that I can. Cause I'm not a social media person full time. Like I want to write songs and sing my little heart out to everybody. But being like a social media person is like really hard to balance. So when I do look for people, I look for those that care about what they do, respectful, and not just all about the money.
yeah. Would you say being a music artist is expensive?
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about it, actually. Let's talk about this. To all my artists out there, it is an investment. You're investing in yourself. Like, I forgot who told me, but you have to invest in yourself. I've spent thousands of dollars. Studio time, music videos, like everything all in one, outfits, show outfits, stuff for the show, posters, merch. I've spent a lot of money, but you have to do it because nobody else is going to, unless you're signed to a label. So it's just the name of the game.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a lot for like anyone that wants to start a business or anything.
Yeah.
Like, you have to invest in yourself,
Yeah.
and I think that's a lot of people like fear. Like, you know, people are like, "Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the time." It's like you really gotta want it,
Yes.
you know, and you'll look back and be like, "Whoa, how did I even do that?" Because I know I've only been 9 months in, but even back when I look back, I was like, "Whoa, how did I do that?"
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, but you really want it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? That's why, like, I love and I respect you because I see that you really, like, you're doing it because you really want it. And sometimes we don't always know how we're going to do it. But, like, for me, I'm always like, "Ah, man, I don't know how I'm going to get this money, but I know God's going to help me out. He's going to provide. I don't know how, but that's sometimes I just got to be
Mm-hmm.
quiet and just let him work because there's been many times where I've been like, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but it ends up working out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something like I feel like as people in the entertainment industry, like there's a lot of people like me myself. Sometimes I have those down moments of like, damn, I can't do this. Damn, this is really hard. This is getting a lot. I can't just all do this by myself. There's no way. But I feel like as artists, we go through those ups and downs of like, what is the word I'm looking for? Not self
Like,
hate, but like,
oh, like the highs and lows. Like,
yes.
but how do you like overcome yourself? I guess it's a funk, right? Like, how
Yeah.
do you overcome yourself out of that?
Starts crying. Just kidding. I cry. I lock my room. I lock myself in my room and I cry. No, honestly, I've been getting myself out of that funk for a minute now. And what's helped me is like remembering like who I am and remembering my purpose. I didn't just like this didn't just happen because I was bored. Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt like no, I have to do this. And anytime I start feeling like, man, I'm so tired. I was just having this conversation um the other day of like I'm exhausted, but I can't stop. And it was just like one of those things that I felt like not helpless, but I felt just tired. Tired of the, all the work, the traveling, still doing the 9 to 5, still trying to pump out good songs because I never want to pump out like meh, something like
Yeah.
mediocre, But what I remember is like, I'm feeling like that because I actually care. And I wouldn't be in this position if God didn't see me in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm right there right now. Sometimes I have to just bite the bullet and be like, all right, screw it. We're just going to keep going because I can't stop. This is my purpose and nobody's going to stop me. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to do this.
So when you're not working your 9 to 5, you're working on the music.
Yes.
Do you have a hobby?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do?
I personally I love spending time with my family. My little sisters are growing up so fast. My little brother's growing up so
Mm-hmm.
fast. So being able to spend time with them and see them grow up, see their different hobbies. One day somebody likes Anito, the next day they like Jungkook. Like they're always changing. So like I love spending time with my family. Um, and it's kind of funny because sometimes I like content creating for other people. Like I like putting together concepts and like creative directing for other people. That's one of my favorite things to do because my brain's just constantly like moving. So it's like getting my wiggles out. Or I feel like sometimes I'll just go on drives. Drives just calm me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, somebody had asked me that recently, and I was just like, well, they didn't ask me if I had a hobby. They asked me, is all you like is podcasting? I said yes.
Yes.
I'm just like, and then I think about it, and I'm like, I don't. besides going to the gym, but I don't feel like that's a hobby.
Yeah, like I feel you though. I feel
But
you.
I'm like, it's not like I'm not dragging because I'm having to do this after
Yeah.
work or on the weekends. It's what I like to do.
Yes.
And essentially it just became a business for me.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how to explain that. To me, that's a hard question because I don't know how to explain, like, no, I don't have a hobby. Like, I don't play tennis. I don't
Because people
knit.
expect that. They expect like, oh, so you knit? Oh, so you crochet? Like you like to make shoes? Like, bro, kudos to those people. But I feel you. Like sometimes being still is a hobby.
Right.
Can we make being still a hobby? Please?
Can we normalize just being still?
Yes. Let's normalize being still, guys. Let's just take a deep breath sometimes.
If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice from our last interview, what would it be?
Get out of that spot that you know is not good for you. That's, yeah, that's what I would say. Cause I felt like I wasn't in the best spot mentally, um, or like physically. I kind of like fell off taking care of like myself. I've been back in the gym though, guys. Watch out. Hold on, I'm getting back to it. But yeah, definitely just leave where you're not wanted.
Girl, I feel that 100%. Yeah. Because that was a rough year for me, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was in the water? Because
I know it's like you can't tell, but like mentally, I was all over the place.
yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell, girl. You held strong.
That's another thing. Like, I think we've come to accustom to like separate our careers with what's going on in our personal
Yeah.
lives. I don't mesh the two. You
Mm,
know, like you want to be able to tell I had a bad day because I'm doing what I love right now.
yeah,
You know? And so I know how to like separate that.
that's good, and that's growth
Mhm.
because there's some people that still can't do that. Um, like whatever they have going on personally will affect their day. Like sometimes I fall short of that. Dude, on my way over here, I was in traffic. This guy cut me off. I don't like that. Sorry. But I didn't want to come in here and be like, oh, this guy just cut me off and da 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 da. Like I came in here like every time I'm here, like I'm fun.
Mhm.
Like it's fun. It's good vibes. But the fact that you can separate what's going on in your personal life versus work, I think that's a great thing because you do a great job in this building. And it's like one of my really great friends, she's one of my best friends. She has a vintage shop. And when I was 19, I was working over at that vintage shop. And her biggest thing was like, leave it at the door.
Mhm.
Whatever you're going through, whatever personal things you're going through, leave it at the door. Don't bring that inside. And I've carried that with me to like who I am now. And I feel like it definitely does make a difference when you can separate that. Like, okay, yeah, I know I got X, Y, and Z going on at home, but I'm about to come in here and make a banger song, or I'm about to come into my job and make everybody happy. I'm going to make somebody smile today, even though I have X, Y, and Z going on.
Mhm. So when people hear the name LilyannaMarie 5 years from now, what do you hope they're saying?
She's a badass. Sorry. My bad. She's a badass. She does whatever she wants and she's good at doing it. She's good at what she does. Cause that's what I want people to remember me as. Like she does this cause like she's good at it. You know?
Mhm.
It's for me, I know I'm a good writer. I know I'm a good singer. But when other people can see what you're doing and give you like your flowers for it, dude, it's a whole nother feeling. It's like, dang, like you really see me. You really see not just LilyannaMarie, but you see me as a person. You see the ups and downs. You see like when on stage, if I'm singing, if I don't like a note that I just sang, like I'm gonna be real. You know, I'm not gonna try to fake it, but still in a graceful manner. But it's one of those things, is like, I want people to see me for who I am and not just, oh yeah, she sings, you know?
Right. What would you say out of like the whole music industry? What would you say is your most favorite part about being a music artist?
Really everything. I know I complain about the content creation, about having to be on it all the time, but I love it genuinely. I love the competition. I love looking forward to like meeting new artists, and I love collaborating with artists because there's so many talented artists out there. Like, I'll take inspiration. I'm like, dang, this dude really inspired me. I need to be better. Uh but I would say like the competition is my favorite part, as well as being around people that genuinely love music, because you can tell there's like an energy difference.
Yeah. What do you mean by like the competition? Like with other artists?
Yeah. There's a lot of great people out there. A lot of great people. Like, you are not the only one that is good. This person's also really good. This person's also really good. I mean, in like a friendly competition of like, dang, they just dropped something fire. All right, that motivates me. Like, all right, cool. Like, now I want to drop something fire. Oh, I just heard so and so song. Oh, dude, that was so dope. Like, I love that. And then it makes me like even more excited to pump more music out, because it's like there's so many genres going on. There's so many like different um visuals going on. Like, my For You page is a bunch of different artists like doing different visuals, and I think that is so dope. So dope. I feel like having healthy competition in the music industry is really what gets it going. And it's like the other side of it, everybody wants to be at the top. Everybody wants to play. But for me, there's only one me. There's only one Kimberly. There's only one, like, of your podcast. There's only one LilyannaMarie song. So that in itself is dope. You know, when I meet other artists, I'm like, there's nobody like this person because they are them. You know?
It sets you apart just by like being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it, dude. It's Is addicting the right word?
Is what?
I was like, is addicting the right word for this? It gets addicting. You know, there's worse things, but if you love what you do, you end up like, there's going to be competition. You know, healthy competition, not like, I'm gonna tear you down to make myself look better. It's more of like, damn, what you did was really dope. Like, you inspired me. Let me drop this. Damn, what I did was really dope, but what you're doing is really dope too. You know, it's more of like the community. There's community and competition and community. But I think it's a cool thing, you know?
Do you ever feel like you're not satisfied?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, as far as not satisfied in what I made, or not satisfied, like, how?
As a whole, like you want more.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it just what helps you like keep striving in a sense.
You're always going to want more. You're always going to want, if you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a foot. If I have one bite of this pie, I'm going to want the whole thing. Like, getting a taste of the music industry and being around people that have been in the music industry for years, since like 90s, 80s, early 2000s, it makes you like, whoa, like, I aspire to be where they're at right now. You know, I don't ever feel 100% satisfied. I feel like I can always do better. There's always something I could do that's gonna be way better than my last thought 20 minutes ago. You know?
So we're gonna play a little this or that.
Okay.
Studio recording or live performance?
Live performance.
Yeah.
Yes. I love performing because you see the people's reactions and like they give energy. Like it's so cool as I'm performing and I'm looking down at like people and I'm looking at somebody crying. I'm looking at this girl like, ah, I'm looking at a kid with their mom. They're like, like
Mhm.
I love performing versus studio time. Studio time, I'm in my head. Like, I'm like, can we redo that? You can ask Chico. Chico, let me redo that, please.
Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music. I really like Apple Music. I'm sorry. I don't have Spotify Premium and I'm not paying to have Spotify Premium. I'm sorry.
I just switched over like this year. Like I had Apple Music and then I just switched to Spotify.
Yeah. Do you like it? It's better?
The only thing I like about I'm not a playlist girly. I'm not gonna sit there and make a playlist.
Okay.
Okay. So the only thing I like about Spotify is like it continues to throw out songs.
Yeah.
Without me having to make a playlist or play from a playlist.
Yeah.
With Apple Music, I like a song, it repeats the same song. That's the only difference.
I know what you're talking about too.
Because I don't have playlists. So
Yeah.
that's the only difference.
Honestly, that's okay. I understand that. With Apple Music, it curates a playlist for me. So then when I don't have to make a playlist. But then sometimes, on the other hand, I like making playlists because then I'm like, oh, I get to control like what am I gonna feel after 10 minutes? What mood should I switch after 10 minutes? But I'm sorry to all the Spotify users out there. If I listen to more like books and like sometimes I'll listen to podcasts on Spotify. I can't do it on YouTube because I'll find myself scrolling for something else. So on Spotify, I'll listen to podcasts, but I use Apple Music mainly.
Collabs or solo projects?
She's gonna get me in trouble. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, this is hard. I love doing collabs. I do. Because you're bringing another artist in something and we get to paint something that's like an embodiment of like us. But I also love solo projects because I'm in control of what's going on. With collabs, sometimes I'm always asking like, hey, what do you want? Like, what do you want this to be? Because that'll help me write something that's fitting your image. But then when I do something solo, I'm like, oh, I'm in full control. So that's a hard one, dude. I have to pick one. Like, I can't do both.
Okay, she can do both.
Thank you. Guys,
She was sweating over there.
I was fighting. I'm like this. I'm like, please don't put me in this situation.
Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl.
Vinyl?
It's more intimate.
Yeah.
In my head. Like, being on a vinyl, have you gone vinyl shopping before?
I've been to a vinyl, like a record store, yeah.
When you're doing it, you're specifically looking for someone. That to me is more intimate than like streaming. Streaming for artists, like, yes, we go off of streams, but here soon I will have a vinyl because if my vinyl's in a store and somebody's specifically L finds mine, oh, found it. I'm so happy. I'm like, wow, you took the time to find me. I'll do that. I'll go to Half Price Books sometimes. I'll find me a Michael Jackson vinyl. I'll find me like a The Sacred Roses vinyl. I forgot the full name. Don't get on my head, please. I'm admitting it. But like that to me is just more intimate than streaming.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for hopping back on again. Here we are a year and probably like a half later, I think, at this point. But
probably longer. Thank you for having me.
Of course, love to see you growing and still doing the damn thing. So
thank you. Thank you. You too, girl. It's been amazing seeing your journey and like your growth from when I first met you to now.
Mhm.
I just think it's only up from here. Y'all better watch out for Miss Kimberly for real.
Well, let everybody know where they can find you.
You guys can find me at LilyannaMarie on Instagram, really every social media platform. I have a show in Pasadena, Texas this weekend, July 18th, opening up for Amanda Perez for the second time. So I hope to see some of y'all there. I just realized this is coming out later. I hope to see you guys at future shows, and something is on the way. A project is on the way because everybody keeps asking me, is there a project coming? So I hope to see you guys in my journey. And thank you, Miss Kimberly, for having me on again.
Thank you so much. You guys stay tuned. She said something's on the way, so
Can't talk about it here. But
can't talk about it here. She signed an NDA. No, I'm just kidding.
I signed an NDA. It's actually outside. I actually had to get searched before coming in here.
YouTube fam, don't forget to subscribe, like, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.